Hello, my name is Namtip Wipawin from Department of Information Science, Faculty of Liberal Arts, Sukhothai Thammathirat Open University, Thailand. Today I'm going to present about applying standards for research output repositories in libraries and research centers. Preserving digital contents in the digital repositories is very important for long-term preservation in every institution. Libraries and information centers are the producer of digital contents, especially research outputs in various forms. In Thailand, most research outputs are stored in the libraries and also in the Union Catalogue of the Thailand's digital collection. All university and research centers provide set-up service to the members of their communities, giving them access to digital archive of the intellectual products or the storage of knowledge assets of the institutions. The research outputs are in different formats for dissemination. Therefore, there is the need to apply standards for research output repository in order to support data sharing and data reuse in the future. For the research output repositories or the institutional repositories are the container of research outputs such as the journal articles, conference proceedings, research reports, theses, and also research data or dataset. The research objectives are to identify the criteria to apply international standards for research output repositories in Thai libraries and research centers. The research employs qualitative research and documentary analysis. Sampling was conducted by self-assessment and in-depth interview of 21 staff from 21 institutions, including 11 libraries and 10 research centers in Thailand. The data collection tools include self-assessment form and interviews. The research has been analyzed using the content analysis method. Samples were composed of two groups, which are staff who work with digital repositories in libraries and research centers. The research methodologies comprise of documentary and research analysis to develop a self-assessment form of CRL's 10 principles, which is the Center for Research Libraries, and trustworthy repository audit and certification criteria and checklist, which is a track metrics, and interview 21 institutions by using self-assessment interview form. For the research finding, the criteria to apply international standard of research output repository according to the CRL 10 principles. The CRL 10 principles are mandates, fitness, such as the staff and budget, the copyright, the policy, the OAS workflow, the data quality, metadata, dissemination, preservation planning, and security. From the study, the most needed criteria for both libraries and research center are research data policy and preservation planning. For the criteria to apply research output repository of Thai libraries, the OAS workflow or the Open Archival Information System Reference Model, which is mostly needed by libraries, followed by the preservation planning. For the research center, the preservation planning is mostly needed by research centers, followed by metadata. And the criteria to apply international standards of research output repository according to the trustworthy repository audit and certification criteria and checklist. The components of the track metrics are organizational infrastructure, digital object management, and technologies. The For comparing the CRL 10 principle and trustworthy repository audit and certification criteria and checklists, the needed criteria to apply research output repository of Thai libraries and research center are mostly in digital object management, which are related to the CRL 10 principle. From this study, the criteria to apply international standards of research output repositories in CRL's 10 principles are mostly research data policy and preservation planning, because every organization to preserve data requires policy. Open Archival Information System Reference Model, or OAIS workflow, which is in digital object management, is the core criteria of a set of rules, processes, and functions of long-term preservation and dissemination practice of digital research outputs. These documentation and guidelines are needed to apply in both Thai libraries and research centers. This study is part of the research entitled International Standards Selection for Research Output Management in Thai Digital Repositories, which is supported by the National Research Council of Thailand. Thank you.